Hello and welcome to Wednesday's Words of Worship. Now, there's a well-known story in the Bible of David who committed adultery with Bathsheba. David was a king and he was at home while his army was at war. And he saw Bathsheba bathing on her roof, and he saw that she was very beautiful. And even though David found out she was married, he sent for her and he slept with her anyway. And as a result, Bathsheba became pregnant. And then to cover up this pregnancy, David called her husband back from the war and tried to get him to sleep with her. And after that failed, he devised a plan to have him killed in battle. Now, David was called a man after God's own heart. But in this story, he neglected to guard his heart from his own sinful nature. We could say David had a lapse in his integrity. Now, integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, being morally upright. It is the practice of being honest and showing a consistent and uncompromising adherence to strong moral and ethical principles and values, and following them all the time, no matter who's watching. We've seen many politicians, religious leaders, public figures succumb to lapses in their integrity. And it's only by God's grace that more of us haven't fallen in this way. Because integrity is not natural. Our sin nature gravitates towards selfishness and self-pleasure. Doing the right thing regardless of the circumstances is true righteousness. And God calls us to righteousness and holiness, not convenience. Galatians 5 says, "So I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. For the flesh desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit what is contrary to the flesh. They are in conflict with each other, so that you are not to do whatever you want." Guard your heart. So guard your heart. Walk by the Spirit. Don't be like David and be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And know that when we do sin, we need to repent. And even though God forgives us, know that we may still have to suffer the penalty or consequences of our sin. But be encouraged. Just as God restored David, He will restore you and bring you back into a right relationship with Him. Hey, thanks for listening. I'm Kevin, and until next week, guard your heart.